before we move into our time of offering today, I also want to talk just a little bit about the how. So in this journey to generosity, as we seek to give gratitude to God and give generously to one another, how do we do that? One of the ways that we can think about that is through the giving pathway. And for the choir and all of you, I have lost my bulletin somewhere along the way today, but on the back of your bulletin, you'll see this. Thank you. It is also up on the screen. So the giving pathway has a few steps on it, and each one of us finds ourselves in a different place in our giving. Some of us are discovering the joy of giving. We're just realizing what it is to be a part of something important and the contentment of seeing needs met and knowing that we're a part of it by giving a gift through St. Paul's. So maybe this year it is your first time giving to St. Paul's, or you give an occasional gift here and there. That's discovering the joy of giving. The second step along that path is deciding to give consistently, moving from that occasional point to regular giving, and that requires some intentionality. It might mean going on our website and setting up recurring giving to come out every month, or making an intentional giving that or an intentional decision that you're gonna build a habit of giving. For most of us, we're somewhere on the middle part of this journey. We're developing a plan to grow our giving. We may already give regularly. We support the ministries of St. Paul's and maybe have been for a while, and we can see the impact that our life together has on our children's lives, our youth lives, on the community around us. And so for us at this middle stage, it starts with taking a look at what we're currently giving. Does it represent 1% of your annual income, 0.5%, maybe 2 or 3%? And once we figure out where we are now, then develop a plan to increase by 1 or more % of that income in the coming year. Think about what it would look like to do that. Here's one thing that it might look like. If you received a raise this year or a bonus at the year end, maybe you take half of that amount and direct it towards your giving. And so if you received a raise of, say, 3%, you would increase your giving by 1.5% of your income by taking half of that raise and putting it towards the work that God's doing through our life together. You still see some of that raise coming your way, and some of it you share with others. And the exciting thing is, if you do that, you'll reach that tithing mark in just a few years, 3 or 4 or 5 years. It's not as far off as maybe it seems. And that's the next step on the pathway, deepening your commitment by giving a tithe, 10% of your income through St. Paul's. You've heard us talk about that in the last couple of weeks. That's where many of us are called to be and to stay. And then some have the means and the desire to give beyond the tithe, to delight in extravagant generosity, to use the gifts that God has given to support the ministries that God is calling us to support, really living into that blessed to be a blessing. So wherever you are on that pathway, we hope that just provides a tool to think about what it is that God is inviting you to give in the coming year. As you continue to pray that prayer, God, what is it that you're calling me to give through St. Paul's?